You should be proud because I was scrolling for 20 minutes now. That's crazy. Oh, okay, hi. Okay. I'll present this chapter like like I need to present it so I understand what's inside. And this is my first time looking at it. I did not even try to understand first yet. I just present it right away. Uh, oh, oh, oh my! It fucking exploded. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why the fuck is it so saturated? Oh hell no. It 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 shouldn't be be this saturated. Menu, game mode, game adjust. Every one of them DHRs on. Crosshair, picture adjust, input. Why is it so DHR shit? Okay, now it's fine. I'll just move this down there and then present it here. What it also what it ruined my entire computer. Oh the fuck. Okay, it's back. Okay. I just need to change the display to another. Yeah. So damn. Damn yo. เชี่ยจริงกูอยากกินอะไรรองท้องนะเนี่ยมาเลยกัน Okay. Uh, third air. So today I will be presenting about human population. Okay. So as you can see, that Brazil population. This is a graph of it. On the y-axis, yeah, on the y-axis we have the growth of children in number. Um, the also the GDP per capita. So growth rate is the orange and the GPT is the rectangle. And as you can see, the more the more GPT per capita, so the more money, lower growth rate. Why is that? Because the developed country, they don't need to have more children. They don't need to have a lot of children. They need little children, and that's enough for them. So let's just look. So population growth, right? So there's many factors. There's fertility, mortality, lifespan, life expectancy, demographic on lead stable population size. So everything is a thing that matters here. So population growth, so how much people die and how much people born. Perspective on population growth, I have no idea what the fuck that. Many factors, like for example, is it religious? If it's India or yeah, if it's India, you need to have a lot of child, right? And mortality. So what if the healthcare right there is not good and stuff? So lifespan and like life expectancy will be different, right? So here's some stats. Every 4 children that were born, only 2 people died. Oh, every second 4 children are born and only 2 died. So the net gain is roughly 3. person per second, or 2. So the current world population is 7.4, which is not true. This is outdated. We're on 8 point something now. Even some sites say that we have achieved 9, but who knows, right? And are growing 1.8% per year. The global population is doubled in 66 years if the condition remain unchanged. So just to say that we're growing so fucking fast. We're growing so fucking fast, right? And the ecologists are concerned about the overpopulation and that cause the environmental degradation and threaten the ecological support life. So more people would take up more resources and that will destroy the nature. That's what ecologists is being scared, right? And economists often disagree with ecologists because they say that like technology will solve the problem and it's fine, right? But who knows, right? And social just so just to summarize this for a little bit, we don't know, are we overpopulated? Yeah, of course we are if you count it per resource, but we don't know, did we push the maximum the are we there at the carrying capacity? Can we push the carrying capacity? Will we survive if we push the carrying capacity? No one knows, right? So that's what they are arguing right now. Until the invention of agriculture. Okay. So just saying that, so many years ago we grow slowly, very, very slowly. There's war, there's diseases, there's not much food, and everyone needs to have kids because in 10 kids, probably 6 already died. They won't survive. So you need to have more kids, right? And you need more labor, therefore you have more kids, right? But the thing is, okay, it took thousands of years to reach 1 billion people in 1804. It took 150 years to reach 3 billion in 1960. And then the rate is crazy because we took 12 years to up 1 billion. From thousands of years, we only took 12. It's from 5 to 6. And then it starts slowing down from then. But yeah, will we overshoot the carrying capacity? We don't know. So if we look here, right? The year, like, we're trying to slow it down. We are very, very trying to slow it down. Like Chinese, the one child policy. We're trying to slow it down, right? Yeah, look at the graph. We are slowly growing, and suddenly this is the play shit, but suddenly we shoot up. We just shot up like crazy. And okay. Mm. And this guy, Thomas Malthus, say that, he wrote an essay about the principle of population, saying that we grow exponentially. And the population is checked by, what the fuck? So there's many factors on the population growth. And then they debate that human population growth cause environmental degradation, or whether human population growth result from poverty and resources, or what the fuck. So two viewpoints are still debating. So to just look. So okay, what's the difference between these two? So this guy believe that we have too much, and this guy, but or whether human population growth result from poverty and resource. The fuck? Okay. Exceed population growth, resource depletion, overcrowded, unemployed, poverty, crime, and war. Makes sense. Obsession, poverty, excess population growth, starvation, war. So one came from poverty, and the other came from overpopulation. Don't really understand, but okay. Technology can boost carrying capacity as we make progress in agriculture, engineering, and yes, this is one thing, right? So it's the IPAT, IPAT. I stand for environmental impact, population, affluence or consumption, and technology. The more technology we use, the more affluence we will also take. And the more population size, everything will times. So they're trying to keep the P down, and A and T trying to make it sustainable also to reduce environmental impact. But of course, people are saying we can change the A and the T and population size, we can grow it more. But I disagree. More people. Oh, can more people be beneficial? Of course, more brains, better. But who knows, right? Demography. Uh, to the demography. Okay, so what is the demography? It's a vital statistic about people such as birth, death, distribution, and population size. Yeah, and there's two. Okay, there's two worlds, like two countries, two themes countries. So a less developed country like Africa, Asia, Latin America, or a wealthy family, a wealthy country like North America, Western Europe, Japan. You know, so what's the difference between these two? First, the less developed country, right? Well, they're poor, of course, and they're young, so there is many children because they're still growing. So there's less old people and more young people. And another way on the developed country is things are shrinking. There's more old people than young people. So young people are suffering to sustain the old people, and there's less children because money, things are expensive, so they cannot survive with children's. They cannot have three children and have the money to survive the entire family, so they don't, right? But in on the other hand, on Asia and Latin America or Africa, we need more labor. So therefore, more children is equal to more money and more labor, and then it's good, right? So two places have two different things. So this is billions of people. You will see that there is more people on the less developed country, and the more developed countries is they're not growing that much, but the less developing country they're growing like crazy, right? So they have more children. So, two, 2016, China is developed now, but okay, India, United States, as you can see that, yeah, the population per millions. It also depends on the land, also, because China is big, India is big, United States is big, but that's only 321 if you compare to what Pakistan, where Pakistan is not that small, but okay. This is just some stats. Declining population. So there is countries that the population are declining, like Europe or Europe or Japan, where they're having no children, or Russia, where they're having less child too, because well, all the harsh living expenses. But in other hand, Africa have the AIDS epidemic. Oh, and Zimbabwe. Oh, AIDS everywhere. Sex. Population density, as you can see that the population is dense here. China, but America, Canada, here in Europe, pretty dense because it's a small zone. Less, not much people here. Australia, yeah, but okay. Crude birth rate is the number of per birth in year per thousands. Fertility rate is the number of children born from an average woman in the population. I have no idea. Zero population growth, meaning that the growth plus immigration and the population death decline. เออแต่มันน่าจะออกไอ้แบบพวกเนี้ย What is fun? Fertility rate have declined everywhere in the world. Yes. Crude death rate, the number of death rate per thousands person in a given year. Okay, poor countries, uh, natural increase crude rate minus natural increase crude birth rate minus crude death rate, total growth rate, immigrant. I I don't understand the fuck is this. Lifespan, life expectancy. There's nothing. Just it is what it is. Lifespan is the oldest age survived that place, and life expectancy is the average, right? Declining mortality. So you know everyone is living longer because we have technology. That's about it. So yeah. So this is life expectancy, and this is annual growth, right? So the more money that we have, the more the higher the age that we can stay. So if we have more money, we have more healthcare, right? So there's things like Japan that people live up to 80 or something, and they have money. And of course, we have some outliers like Russia where they got some money but they can't really stay up that long, or Qatar where they have so much money but they can't stay up as long as Japan or Singapore. But yeah, there's things due to natural shit, maybe, you know, harsh weather and everything. Yeah. And then population grows rapidly due to natural increase in, yeah, some country have stable population. This is this is a graph shit. So this is a graph of like a poor country because they keep expanding every fucking year. This is stable. And Singapore is declining, and this is what China also facing, right? Both rapidly and slowly. So okay, so there's little old people back then. There's so much child back then, but now we have so much old people and not that much of a children up here. Yeah, and there's things like people when people age they can't work, they don't fit in the society, but they still need money. So where does the money come from? You need to work, you need to pay taxes, and that is the very very shit thing for a country, right? Developed region expect 2 million immigrants. So okay, we rich country that need a lot of old people, need people like from other countries that have too much people, so they want educated worker to go there. For example, in ties to in Asia, we have a lot of educated people, and then other countries will want people like us to go there because, well, to work for them, to get more money for their country, to yeah, and to live in their country because they kind of need more people, but not birth rate. They just need money, and they just expect us to go back to our own country when we're old. Yeah, so basically, they're getting money, and we just quote unquote a slave. But of course, we get paid and everything if you don't work in the palm oil industry. And family size. Okay, the ideal family sizes depends on places. It depends on your comfort. It depends on your parents, your social status. Replace members of the society if they die. Like it depends on a lot of stuff, which I mean you guys already know. There's places with religion and everything that like you need to have high birth rate and shit, and higher education. Okay, higher education and freedom for women make women stop having kids that much, because in the older day the only job that women have is to have kids, but now that they have other jobs, they are educated, so they're less likely to think about shit Like I will have 10 babies and that shit. Yeah. Okay. In the higher income country, adding a baby to a family costs a fucking lot because there is a system. Everything is there. You need to pay for vaccine, go to a good hospital, get into a good school, and all that shit. It costs a lot to have a baby. But in a less developing country, you don't need to cost a lot because, well, if the kid died, it just dies. It doesn't need to go to hospital. You can just bang it out, or you have Motham, yeah, and shit. And you don't need to go to school. You could just start working right away. You don't need to read or write. Just start doing your shit. So things are differently between two of these. This is the baby boom. So yeah, so work and shit. World War II, everyone dies, depression and shit, and everyone's like, yes sir, no more World War II. We good as fuck. So they are making babies, but then so the World War make everyone fucking depressed. But after that, so they want to live life, so they did live life, and then after that they just stopped. There's not much conflict, there's no hype and shit, and things are expensive, so we stopped. And there's, country. Could we have birth dearth? Okay, so there's country with less people, and we need taxes, we need labors. But in Singapore, Taiwan, Japan, and European countries, they don't have labors because, well, they have labors, but they don't have enough labors, and everyone want to do a high fucking job, but then, you know, they also need labors and shit. Pattern of falling death rate. Well, less death rate because good living condition. In a pre-modern society, everyone keeps dying because living shit is so bad. But in the economy, okay, so there's four shit. There's pre-modern society, economic development society. There's immature, industrial, and there's developed country. So the birth rate will slowly decrease. So in pre-modern, many kids, not much of a lot of birth rate, and not a lot of birth rate and a lot of death rate. Yeah, and poor living condition. Economic developing is, better standards. So this undeveloped country, economic economic development country, in the process of developing country, and industrialized country. Yeah, so the birth rate starting to fall and shit, and then yeah, so it's just this, urbanizing, industrialized, industrial, post-industrial. So we have pre-modern, industrializing, industrial, and post-industrial. Yeah, and it changed with improved living condition, confidence that children will survive, and you know improve status, improved status of women, that shit. Social justice, other rights, women rights, family planning is a way to reduce birth control and shit. Yeah, and family planning, make good shit. Yeah. Improve education, improve status for children. Make sure to have children when you're ready, and we hope shit start dropping, or else we will all die. Fertility rate. Oh hell no. Oh hell no. 7 to 8. I'll go now. See you, dude.